Hello there and welcome to the video tutorial for the Accordion Harmony Beginners course. I'm Guy Wiley, and if you've already bought the book then thank you for your purchase. I hope you're enjoying the course. If you haven't, then I recommend that you do so and read the first couple of pages before you continue with the video, as the video is designed as a support for the book and not the other way around. The purpose of the course is to introduce you to playing chord progressions from chord symbols written above or below a melody line, so that you can provide harmony, or second accordion as it's often called, to accompany a lead instrument or a singer. The skills that you learn can also be used to form chords on the treble keyboard to fill out harmonic textures below your own melody playing. Okay, on with lesson 1, and we're going to work on 3 major chords: C major, F major and G major. These are common chords that would be used when you're playing in the key of C major. Okay, so C major first of all. Let's first of all find the first 5 notes of the C major scale. The first note is C, the third note is E, and the fifth note is G. Now when we play the first, the third and the fifth of a major scale simultaneously, that gives us the major chord. So in this case it's C, E and G produces the major chord of C, C major. Now the interesting thing is that these notes can be in any order. You can change the order of that. Supposing we were to have E as the lowest note, instead of C being the lowest sounding note, suppose E was the lowest sounding note. We've still got C, E and G, but with E as the lowest note, that is the first inversion of C. So the first one was what we call the root position, C major root position, with the first as the lowest note, make the third the lowest note, and we have C major first inversion. If we move that again, so that the fifth note, G, is the lowest sounding note, we now have C major second inversion. C major root position, C major first inversion, C major second inversion. So the notes can be in any order, as long as they're played simultaneously, they're still C major. Okay, moving on to F major. So the first thing we need to know is the first 5 notes of the F major scale. The first, obviously, F, the third, A, the fifth, C, produces F major. Root position. the first being the lowest sounding note. Make the third the lowest sounding note. F major, first inversion. Let's make the fifth C, the lowest sounding note. F major, second inversion. F major root position. F major first inversion. F major second inversion. Moving on to G. G major, so we need the first 5 notes of the G major scale. The first note is G. The third note is B. The fifth note is D, producing G major. Root position, because the first is the lowest sounding note. Let's make the third the lowest sounding note, and we have G major, first inversion. Let's make the fifth, the D, the lowest sounding note, and we have G major, second inversion. G major root position, G major first inversion, G major second inversion. Now, a chord progression is when we play 2 or more chords in succession. That's called a chord progression, because we're progressing from one chord to another. So let's make these 3 chords that we've just learned into a progression, starting with C, to F, to G, and back to C. That's a very common progression when playing in the key of C major. C, F, G, back to C. But as you can see, that all looks just a bit clumsy, doesn't it? It's just a bit clunky, getting from there to there to there, and then all the way back to here. So, we can do it much more economically by using inversions of the chords. So if we start with C major in its root position, and we're going to move that to F major. Now, F major, if we analyse the chord, it's going to be F, A, and C. Well, we've already got a C under the thumb, so let's hang on to that C and move these other fingers just one place each. And we've progressed from C, root position, to F in one of its inversions. Let's move the progression one step further now to G. Now we have no common note going to G, because G is going to be G, B, and D. But as you can see, my fourth finger is already covering the G, so that's not got far to move. The second finger can go onto the D, that doesn't have far to move, and the thumb can just move down one place. So we've got an economical move from F to G. Now to complete the progression back to C, well, let's see, we've still got that G there, so let's hang on to that G, move these 2 fingers up one, and we've completed the progression back to C major root position. So the progression has now become which, not only does it look better and it's easier, it's more economical, but it actually sounds better too, because that doesn't really sound very good. All a bit harsh compared with so that's how you progress using inversions of the chord. So quite a bit of work in that, quite a bit of work in getting used to getting your mind into all the fingers there, to get all the fingers to behave themselves at once. If you're not used to chord playing, it's going to take you a wee while just to get the feel of these chord changes. But eventually, just with repetition, patience, repetition, you should get that. You can do it without really thinking about it. Okay. Once you've got the hang of that, we can do the whole thing again, starting with C. Instead of starting with C in its root position, let's start with C in its first inversion. Now we're going to move that to F. Remember, we're hanging on to that C. Just these two fingers move. Now moving it to G, well, the second finger is on the G, the fourth finger is on the B, the thumb moves down to the D. Moving that finally back round to C in its first inversion, well, we're going to hang on to that G and move the outside fingers one place. So the progression is C, F, G, C. Okay, having got the hang of that, let's try it with C major in its second inversion as the starting point, with the G at the bottom. C major, second inversion, we're going to move that to F. Well, we're going to hang on to that C as always, move the outside fingers up one place. Now for the G, we've got a second finger over the B, I've got a fourth finger over the D, the thumb only has to move down one place, and we've achieved a root position G. Now to complete the progression back to C, we're going to hang on to that G, move these two fingers, C major. The progression is okay, so that all sounds very simple, but there is actually a load of work in getting the hang of doing that. It's going to be quite a bit of work. Work first of all with it starting in the root position, get your progressions from that. Once you've got that safely under control, move to doing it with the first inversion as the starting point, get that safely under control, and then move to the second inversion. As I say, a lot of work in that. But happy practicing, and I'll see you again for lesson number 2. Thank you for watching.